Alright, so people keep asking me, hey, do I wanna build a base with health or with armor so that way I can, I can heal my carry longer or not? My answer to this is no. Strictly because if you look at Rampage, he is classified as a quote-unquote tank. For many reasons. Mainly because of his health regeneration. My health regen on my phase tech that I'm about to go over here with you today has more health regen than Rampage during his ultimate. So that not only makes you, inevitably a tank, but it also does that to whoever you're linked to. I generally like to have Sparrow as my carry and have them put Clear Heart on their deck. It's pretty nice to have. If you both have that, that's a 30% boost to all the healing being done. So real quick, when I start out, you always want to go with a ward. I'm not going to do that because this is a bots game. I don't always use Quenching Scales, and you're probably wondering, why is that a 10-point card? Because what I do is I actually substitute this out for Overflowing Gifts, given that we are against a team of assassins, people that do burst damage. If we're against people, like Fang Mao that do damage over time, you definitely want to build more health regeneration, which is where this card comes into play. It makes a pretty big difference in the end, but when you put this in with the cast converter, I mean, that's a lot of bonus health regen to your allies as well. But I'm just going to start off with the health potion, healer's token, just to get over here with my carry and get things going. If you start with a ward, your telelink is pretty much going to be useless unless you think they're going to early game gank you. So normally I'm going to start off with my energy lamp, but since I have some healing items in the early game, I'm definitely going to get that telelink. But when I build her, I don't build any armor. I build a little bit of health on one or two of my cards, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, on my ward I build health. That early game health makes a pretty big difference. And you're probably wondering, why Tainted Magic? Why Ash of the Witch? What Tainted Magic is going to do, it's going to make it to where my slow does good damage to tanks. So if I'm with a carry that doesn't have, armor penetration or ability armor pin, this isn't going to matter. I'm going to be able to help them take out that tank, and I'm going to be more of an effective support. As for the Ash of the Witch, what that's going to allow me to do is when I use my slow that turns into a stun, given that I get my stacks over time, that's going to allow me to slow them even more during that period of time. So I may not need that stun for my carry to get close to me. My carry could potentially just catch me with that bonus on the slow. So, I mean, I do feel like it makes a pretty big difference, all in all. But in the end, you really just want to focus on building a whole lot of, health regen and things like that. I'm just going to run through. The only reason I have things like Divine Shield is if you're against the Revenant, it's really nice to have that. That way he can't single you out of the fight. Because ideally, he's going to try and do that right off the bat.
An allied tower is under attack.
So, I mean, that's something to counter. Like, I have a lot of counter cards in here, Tainted Magic, you only get if you're fighting tanks. Or people that build lots and lots of health, because it doesn't matter how much health they build, you're going to take off a good percentage every time. And that's, that's just on hit with ability. You blind them. Even if it comes off of your carry, it still counts. What I like to do when I start is I like to stay back a little bit farther. I don't really tend to harass like I do with most supports. That's really the best way to play phase until you get an opportunity where their minions are almost dead. When you see that their minions are almost dead, they're not going to be able to hurt you or your carry very much. So that's when you're going to jump out, you're going to hit them with your stun and let your carry get in nice and close to get that blind off. Then you're going to stretch this link as far as you possibly can. And you're going to pull your carry back just before they die if they don't get the kill. The best way to snowball your carry ahead when you have a support like Faith is to let your carry tower dive early game. It makes it, pretty nice for giving them the opportunity to do that. They don't have to be afraid of getting killed. One shot, pull them right out of the tower. See, even the bots know, you gotta take out this particular support first. It doesn't look like my carry's doing me a whole lot of good. Back in there. gonna be a little bit harder for me to do this on Bond. It's gonna take me some time to get my card power up there. So I'm gonna start taking some of these last hits here. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, or even suggestions for me, I'm, eyes open. I've been working pretty hard to get FaZe where, I mastered Aurora within 3 weeks of her release. I'd like to do the same with FaZe before the next hero comes out. Another good thing to do, and I do it a lot against people like Chimera, you can use your minions to solo other heroes. Like if you feel like you've got yourself in a jam and you're against someone like Chimera, if you see a bunch of minions around you that are yours, get Chimera close to him and get him with a good blind, stun him. Use your snare on him at that point. It's going to give you the opportunity to, get away, either get away or let the minions, do the work. You just keep running, he'll jump on you a couple times, you blind him as soon as he jumps on you. It makes her really good at getting away from people like Chimera or getting a kill. I did solo a Kai that was 5 card power ahead of me the other day. It was pretty nice. I would do a little bit more editing with the video, but my videos editing software I'm having a lot of trouble with, so I figured I'd just do this as a live stream and post it that way. I might go in later and put some more captions, things like that. Or even a link to a more detailed video if you guys would ever like to see something like that. Just give me a heads up and let me know. And I'd definitely like to know who else you guys would see like a build guide for. Decks are like what I'm really good with. It's just like my go-to thing, it's what I'm good at. I do get requests from people for decks all the time. My best deck that I have currently, I would say, are most definitely going to be my Sparrow, my Bellica, my Faye, maybe even my Kalari deck. My Kalari and my Quang are both really good decks, but my Quang deck is built thinking a lot of people don't approve of that. So it's all about, how you play your game, and I can make decks tailored to people, given that you guys want something like that. I did actually get a request for a crit Greystone deck, focused strictly around crit or when he's, near death. So instead of building like a passive lifesteal like most people would do, that 40% lifesteal when you're critically wounded, stack that in with the victory touch. Whenever he's almost dead, you do burn damage to your target. Every time you hit him with the basic, it stacks it to 10 times. Each stack makes your attacks do more and more damage, and that burn is going to have an overtime effect in case you try to get away with it. Things like that really make a difference. And yesterday I had someone, straight up ask me, what's a good deck for an Iggy tank offlane? I didn't need the deck builder. I got all the cards up in my head. If y'all, need anything off the spot, you can ask me even during the live stream. I'd be more than happy to help. But you always want to get Circlet of Health on people like FaZe because it doubles. If you go through and you read the card, it's going to show that it gives you and nearby allies 2.8. Well, guess what? She's going to get the nearby 2.8. She's also going to get your 2.8 because anything that you have for regen, you're going to pass on to her. Same thing with the global. She's going to get the 2.8 global and the 2.8 for being close. She's also going to get your 2.8 and your 2.8 global. It's the first thing I get after rewards whenever I play this game. I don't normally get that card with all of my supports. I guess I should say. It benefits FaZe way more than it does others. Like right here, this is what I was talking about. I'm probably going to be able to get this steal in a second whenever I get another snare on him. But cards like that, they benefit people like FaZe a whole lot more. I mean, it's still really nice to have, but whenever you have someone like FaZe that heals the way that she does, it pretty much takes out the need for cards like Quenching Scales and, Circle of Health is good, I think, early game. I wouldn't use it as a late game card just because there's so many good actives you can have. Like, I mean, I use the health potions early game, late game. They're nice to have. They make a big difference. Especially against Morgesh phases, I would say undoubtedly the #1 Morgesh counter in the game next to Muriel.
An enemy tower is
I don't
under
think
attack.
Narbash is all that much because his healing takes so much mana. You can't really build anything but mana with him to counter Morgesh's poison because of how long it lasts. So I do feel that that's a problem. Hey Zeus.
Yep.
Are you done with your base?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? So you're ready to play?
Your power grows.
Can you hear me? Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to play?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, so on that note, that's pretty much all that I have for the phase. Really good with Faye. I'm a master of Aurora. Any questions you guys have there, just give me a heads up. I'm gonna split out and play a couple with my buddy.